You're watching WDEF News 12 this morning with Brianne Newton, Joe Legee, meteorologist Brian Smith, and your time-saver traffic tracker with Sunny 92.3's James Howard.
Welcome back to WDEF News 12 this morning. With the economy stuck in neutral, saving money on everyday purchases can help many families keep the bill collector away. WDEF News 12 this morning, and the Ladies with Time to Save workshops are now teaming up to offer you another weekly money-saving solution. And Kasey Kelly is joining us now as we kick off this new segment. Kasey, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for asking me. I'm very excited.
Well, let's start off with extreme couponing, this new show that's on cable. A lot of folks are seeing this and wondering, what on earth? These people are saving like hundreds and $200 getting their bills down to $5. Is that even realistic?
No, we bring the truth to that reality. That if you're willing to invest, 8, 10 hours, 12 hours a week, then you might be able to do that. But most people still have a life outside of a grocery store. They still have a family. They still want to cook for their family. They have jobs. They have their children to take care of. So it's not realistic of something that you can keep up with. You might can do it once, but it's not realistic. So
somebody in the Tennessee Valley who's thinking about couponing shouldn't look at that and think that they could do that. They're really only going to be able to save $10, $15, $20 or so.
Well, it depends. You can save up to 80%. You can save, usually people that attend a workshop save 50%, usually within the first month, with not too much effort.
Wow.
So it really depends on how much effort you put into it, because we do the matchups on our website where we do each grocery store, the coupon that matches it, and the final price. So I guess the thing for me is that it's not all or nothing. So the people that watch that show, I don't want them to feel discouraged that if they can't do that, then they shouldn't try it. Because even if you only save $15, it depends on what your life is like right now. And so what you do is you fit it into your life instead of your life becoming couponing.
Well, over the weeks to come, we'll have you show us how to save up to 50 to 80%. But yes. A show like Extreme Couponing, has it made it harder for people who coupon to actually do that?
I think the stores are really noticing. However, in this area, we have been very intentional to meet with store managers ahead of time, to form relationships with them so that we can try to head off any kind of problems. And we tell people in our classes, do not pitch a fit. You'll be called the crazy coupon lady and they will make fun of you. But there are different kinds. They're having to, I guess, be more intentional of telling the policy. Because if you don't have the policy out there, what you see on that show is people taking advantage. And so they're finding things that people didn't necessarily try before, but now that they've done those things, they need to put guidelines in place to prevent it from continuing to happen.
They're finding the loopholes, and I guess there's some news out right now that Target and some other companies are strengthening up their couponing rules and regulations. They're cracking down on this.
Yes. Well, a coupon was never intended to be used so that a store could pay you back. That was never the intention. And so now that is part of what they're doing, is saying that you can use this coupon, but not for more than the value of the product. And that's very reasonable. I don't have a problem with that. That's not their job to pay me to come into their store.
Now, you mentioned saving maybe 50 to 80%. What kind of time investment would it take for somebody to do that?
Our goal is to help someone and to teach them in a way that would only take them about an hour a week. Most of the work is done on the front end while you're at home, because you learn to shop very differently, and we'll talk about that in the next coming weeks. You shop completely differently than you do now. And so in doing that, you have a very clear list that you're using. So when you go in the store, you have a plan. You're getting more of certain items, but it doesn't take as long in the store. And once you get the hang of it and understand it, you usually no more than an hour a week at home. And we tell people, would you go with me in the car for an hour if I paid you $100? They're like, well, yeah. Okay, well, for an hour. Because what happens is that people don't have the knowledge, and they try to do it and they fail. I tried to do it and I failed beforehand. If they understand how coupons work with a store sale, then they can do that.
Well, I'm looking forward to finding out more as this segment rolls out in the weeks to come. Kasey, thanks for dropping by this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
We do appreciate it. And we do want to hear from you. If you have questions about couponing, go ahead and post them on the WDEF News 12 This Morning Facebook page, or go ahead and email them to me at jlegee, that's with 2 G's, at WDEF.com, and we'll be answering some of your questions as we move on. Do want to mention that Kasey and the crew will be out at New Liberty Baptist Church in Ringgold on Thursday, July 28th at 6:30 for a workshop on drugstores and shopping drugstores.
Yes, we just added a whole lot of new workshops yesterday. So look on the Eventbrite calendar on our website. It's timetosayworkshops.com.
All right, we'll take a short break and be back with more WDEF News 12 this morning in just a moment.